Hello, students and listeners everywhere. A sunshine hello to you. My name is Sharon Lawrence. I am a violinist and a fiddler. And I am joined here today by a good friend of mine, Norman Moore, who is a music educator and teaches at Forest City Dunbar Elementary School in Rutherford County, North Carolina. We are here today to share the joy of music with you, to play our instruments for you, to teach you about our instruments, and most importantly, to encourage you to become part of the world of music. Music is a subject that sometimes is underplayed, and people kind of relegate it to the side, and that's not where it belongs. It is one of the most important of subjects. Throughout history, some of the world's greatest minds have been involved with music, along with their other careers. Thomas Jefferson, for example, was an avid violinist and played the violin 3 hours every day. Put his pen down, wrote the Declaration of Independence, picked up his violin, and played some more. There's lots of stories about Mr. Jefferson and another patriot, Patrick Henry, who would have duets together in the evening. Albert Einstein played the violin avidly and was awesomely in love with playing his string instrument. So music can enhance your life, can help you with all kinds of academics, and be a very, very wonderful part of your life. I want to tell you about my instrument, the violin. The violin has 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 2 ways that the violin is played. You can pluck the strings, and there's a second way. First, I'm going to pluck strings for you. So here's the sound when you pluck the strings. Most of the time, though, that's not how I play. Most of the time, I use one of these. It's called a bow. The bow has 2 sides. It has a very important wooden stick for one side, and the other side has hair coming from horses' tails. The horse gets a haircut, and it doesn't hurt the horse. And the horsehair on these bows is dyed all kinds of wacky, crazy colors for the fun of it. It doesn't hurt the horsehair, and the bow still plays really great. When the horsehair is pulled across the strings, the sound is entirely different than that plucking. Here's the sound with the horsehair. Across my 4 strings. My left hand is going to move up and down the strings to help make all kinds of pretty musical sounds. Mr. Moore has a very special kind of drum in his hand. It's called the bowran, and he's going to tell you about it right now.
A lot simpler than a violin, no strings, very simple. Wooden hoop, solid wood, with a piece of what used to belong to a goat stretched across it. Unlike the violin, which uses the horse's hair from his tail, it doesn't hurt the horse. The goat has to give up everything for me to have a goatskin head. So, bless the goat that let me use his head for my drum. I play it with a tipper, also called a sippin', or you can call it a sticker or beater, but the correct term is tipper or sippin'. The whole works comes from a country called Ireland. And we don't really know how old this is. It's just been around forever. And I changed the pitch with my left hand behind the drum head and my right hand holding the tipper, and I get all these different sounds. And we're going to play a piece together right now that lets that kind of show off.
We are going to play for you a tune called the High Reel. It's a Celtic tune. Celtic refers to Ireland and Scotland and the countries over there. They have their own special kind and style of music that is really, really cool. We love playing Celtic music. And this is one of our favorite tunes, the High Reel. Get the heart and the blood pumping. We are going to play one other Celtic style piece for you, but this is a mixed collage of several styles actually, and it's something that I wrote. We call it a Carnelian crowned wedding. And it's named for weddings because we used to play tons of weddings together. Unfortunately, lots of brides don't opt for live musicians anymore, and but in the past it was very common to have lots of live musicians, and we love playing weddings, by the way. And we used to play lots of autumn, fall weddings. So we named this a Carnelian crown. Now I want to show you what a carnelian looks like. It's a gemstone. It's very autumn looking. It's a burnt orange type of color, very, very fallish, very, very pretty. So, and there's a carnelian ring, so you can see what the gem is like. The beginning of this is kind of rhapsody, gypsy sort of sounding. And then there's a little snippet of a very, very famous wedding melody that we kind of tweak a bit. And then we go into some wild Celtic-y sort of sounds. And then we go back to the famous wedding melody. So we hope you really enjoy this, a Carnelian crowned wedding. want to introduce you at this time to one of my students. This is James Welsh, and James is getting ready to start 3rd grade. He lives in Cleveland County, North Carolina. James has been playing for a year and a half. His instrument, can you hold your instrument up like this, James, for me? Thank you. His instrument is a half-size violin. Mine is a full-size violin, and I'm going to reach over on this desk for a smaller violin. This is a 1/8 size violin. Hold up your instrument, James, for me. There we go. See all these different sizes? Violins come in all kinds of sizes. They actually come in 3 sizes smaller than this 1/8. There's a 10th, a 16th, and a 32nd. And then they come in all the sizes between this one and James's and mine. So that students, many students start at 3 years old learning to play an instrument like the violin. It's popular all around the world. The violin has been used not only for classical music, but all kinds of folk music. The word fiddle is synonymous with the violin. The word fiddle is a nickname for the violin. They are one and the same instrument. All together, we're going to play a tune for you called "Oh Susanna." "Oh Susanna" was written by the American songwriter Stephen Foster in approximately middle 1800s. This song was hugely popular when it was written. Like almost everybody in the whole United States knew "Oh Susanna." It was a very, very well-known song. And it's very fun to play. So James is playing the melody, and I'm going to support him with what's called a harmony line, and Mr. Moore is also going to add a lot of harmony to this. And then after James and I have played it a couple times, then Mr. Moore and I are going to play it at warp speed, and we're going to leave all the spaceships, out of the galaxy. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... old time refers to a style of music that really originated in the Blue Ridge Mountains. The Scotch-Irish settlers that came over from Ireland and Scotland and primarily settled in the Blue Ridge part of the colonies when our country was young, they developed or brought with them the Celtic tunes from Ireland and Scotland. And they gradually evolved into the old-time style of music. You can hear their roots in the Celtic music with old time. We're going to play a medley of 3 old-time tunes: Grasshopper Sitting on a Sweet Potato Vine, Kitchen Girl, and Forked Deer. I'm playing the tune. James is playing a really cool, punchy, rhythmic line that I wrote out for him, and Mr. Moore is adding a lot of spice to it as well. So here we go with the Grasshopper. 1, 2, ready, Now we're going to play one other set of old-time tunes for you. Many old-time tunes really do have colorful names, named for all kinds of things. These next medley of 2 tunes is Sugar Tree Stomp and the Stump-Tailed Dog. 1, 2, ready? before we play our last selection for you, I've invited James to come tell you, the listeners, about his experience in playing and why he likes playing the violin. I met James about a year and a half ago. He's getting ready, as I said, to start third grade, and he began halfway through first grade taking lessons. So he's only been at the violin about a year and a half. And I'm very pleased with his progress. He's doing really well. James, please tell everybody what you like about playing and what you like about the instrument.
I like doing things that allow me to be creative while following a set of rules and skills, like Minecraft. In Minecraft, when building redstone, you have to follow a set of rules and skills, but there's an infinite number of things you can make. Same with violin. There's an infinite number of songs you can create while following a set of rules and skills.
Well, very good. Thank you. You probably, the listeners, know more about Minecraft than I, Mrs. Lawrence, do, but that's totally fine. What James has said, I'm sure, is very valid. You do create a lot of infinite possibilities in playing music. We only have 7 letters in the music alphabet, but they can be combined in zillions of different ways, and with different sense of timing, the beat, the rhythm, so that the possibilities are absolutely endless and totally fascinating. Now, you do have to, when you take up any musical instrument, you do have to do something called practicing, which is music homework. James, do you practice? How often do you practice?
Every day.
Awesome. And that's why he's made such good progress, because he does practice every day. Basically, music homework is thinking hard and focusing, but bringing your muscles into play. Your arms and your hands have to obey what your head is telling them to do. And that can move at different speeds. Your head can catch on, and your fingers and your hands don't get it quite as fast. The practicing works out the whole process so that the two come together as one, and the end result is creating something beautiful. There are many, many subjects to study, but one of the coolest, most awesome things about music is that the end result of your study is creating a moment of beauty in time. Music lives and moves in time. And our goal as musicians, as players, is to create something beautiful within a moment of time. We're going to play something very beautiful for you right now. It's a very famous Irish song called Danny Boy. Even people who don't know much about Ireland know Danny Boy. It is such a famous tune and well loved by many, many people. James is going to play the melody, and I'm going to support him with the harmony, and Mr. Moore is going to support him as well. And we hope you really enjoy the beauty of this song.
One of the fascinating things about Danny Boy is that we really don't know a lot about it. It has lyrics, and we're just an instrumental group. We don't have vocals. But the lyrics tell a story about someone who has left Ireland and someone who stayed behind. And the one who left talks about how maybe one day they will return. But the one who stayed behind says, if you come back, I may be dead. It's extremely sad. I've actually presented this song to students, very young students. At the end of it, they'd be in tears because we really don't know exactly who the song is about. A wife and a husband, brother and sister, mother, son, father, daughter. We do not know. We do know that for over 150 years, this song has resonated with people all over the world.
for benefit.
Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to listen to us. We enjoyed sharing our music with you. Music is just the most awesome of awesome things to become involved in. We want to encourage you to find your favorite musical instrument because everyone, if you really do search and try, you'll find an instrument that resonates with you and speaks to your heart. I teach string instruments. I teach the violin. And the violin, as I said, is also known as the fiddle. So depending on the style of music, I teach in all kinds of styles. I also teach viola and beginning cello, so I pretty much have the string instruments covered. I also teach piano. You can see my piano behind me here. Mr. Moore teaches percussion instruments, drum. He also teaches guitar. At the end of this video, there'll be some information that you can read about my background and have my phone number. I do not have text, so you'll have to do an actual phone call. But you can also find me on Facebook under Sharon Virginia Lawrence. So if you want to reach me via Facebook, that would be great as well. I can put you in touch with Mr. Moore if you want to be interested in learning about his instruments. If you are interested in a band instrument, wind instruments, brass instruments, I would encourage you to go visit your local closest music store because they're very helpful in the music stores. There are many teachers who are more than willing to help you learn to play any instrument that you are interested in. But individual lessons, one-on-one, is actually the best of all ways to learn any musical instrument and extremely safe. It's you and the teacher. So you can work at your own pace. If you want to zoom along like James is doing, great and wonderful. You can zoom along. If you need to go slower and have more attention about certain things, then the teacher can slow the pace down and help you where you need help the most. Individual instruction is tailored to you and is unbelievably safe. It's one-on-one. So I'd encourage you to get involved because music will change your life. It truly, truly will. Thank you once again. I want to encourage all of you, stay in good health, keep on the sunny side of life, and God bless you. Thank you.